All right, you need to be checking your work here on the Appetizer. The first thing you're going to notice is we need to identify the prime numbers. And just like we talked about yesterday, a prime number is any number that is only divisible by 1 and itself. That means it has no other factors besides 1 and itself. So the first number I see is 6. I know that I can multiply 1 times 6. I can multiply 2 times 3. So this is not going to be a prime number. 8, same thing. I know I can multiply 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. 10. 1 times 10, 2 times 5. 11. I think I can only do 1 times 11. So it only has 1 and itself as factors. 13, same thing. I can multiply 1 times 13. There's nothing I can multiply 2 by. There's nothing I can multiply 3 by, 4 by. So I know that 13 is also going to be a prime number. 14, I can multiply 1 times 14, 2 times 7. So that is not going to be a prime number. 21, I can multiply 1 times 21, 3 times 7. So it is not going to be a prime number. 25, I can do 1 times 25 and 5 times 5. Not a prime number. 27, 1 times 27, 3 times 9. Not a prime number. So the only two numbers you should have circled were 11 and 13. Down below, you're going to notice that I've given you the answers for 32 times 54, 1,728. If you have that correct, check your division. 791 divided by 6 is 131, remainder 5. If you got both of those correct, you may move on to the lesson portion, the main course of today's math buffet. Otherwise, if you got them incorrect, you need to be following along as we complete them. So 32 times 54, the first thing I'm going to do is 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. The entire 12 is going to go down below the line. My next step is I need to add that placeholder 0, add my addition sign, and my line, because the very last step in this multiplication problem is going to be to add. So I'm done with the 4. Now I'm moving on to the 5, so I'm going to do 5 times 2. And I know that 5 times 2 is 10. That's a 2-digit answer. So my 1 comes down, and my 10 is regrouped. Last step, 5 times 3, 15, plus 1 more is 16. It goes down here. And then my final step, I'm going to add 8 plus 0 is 8, 2 plus 0 is 2, 6 plus 1 is 7, 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1,728. Just a little word of caution. If you don't have 2 lines below, you did not do something right with your 2-digit by 2-digit. You must have 2 lines that you're going to add together. So if you only got 128, then you did not complete the problem. You did not do something correct. So just note that if you get done and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I only have 1 line, then I did something wrong. Okay, long division, 791 divided by 6. The first thing I have to do is decide, can 6 go into 7? Well, 6 is smaller than 7, so it absolutely will go into 7. I'm going to draw my attic and my chimney. I'm going to list my steps over here. That way I can kind of check them off as I do them. So remember our acronym: Dad, Mom, Sister, Brother, and then Rover the dog is a repeat. This is going to be bring down. Sorry, I wrote brother because I said it. Okay, so 6, I know that 6 times 1 is 6, so that gets me closest to 7. So 1 is going to be my answer. 6 times 1 is 6, multiplied. And I'm going to subtract 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down my 9. And I'm ready for repeat. So I'm back up at the top and I'm ready to divide again. So I know that 6 times 3 is 18, which gets me closest to 19. So 6 times 3 is 18. And I'm going to subtract. 19 minus 18 is 1. I'm on. Bring down my 1. And then I'm ready to repeat one final time. 6 goes into 11 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. 11 minus 6 is 5. I have nothing left to bring down, so the 5 becomes my remainder. So my answer is 131, remainder 5. You are now going to move on to the lesson portion, and there will be a video right below this one that you'll need to complete before you move on to the worksheet, which after you watch the next video, you'll complete this worksheet.